grocery store, you probably don't think much of the numbers and parallel lines on the product. But barcodes are everywhere, and this month they're celebrating 57 years since their inception. Welcome to Webnation, I'm Amber Mack. When you're walking through a grocery store and checking out an item, you probably don't think a lot about this tiny row of numbers and parallel lines on the product. However, barcodes are used everywhere around us, and this month they're celebrating 57 years in the making.
Slave, barcodes, for sale, Peter, athlete, and a bird.
We're not at the point yet where we're marking humans with barcode tattoos, but we've definitely come a long way with this technology. When two American inventors dreamed up the linear barcode in the early 1950s, it wasn't the straight lines we know today, but instead a circle described as a bullseye symbol. 20 years later, the barcode became mainstream. In Troy, Ohio in 1974, Juicy Fruit was the first UPC-labeled item ever scanned. UPC stands for Universal Product Code, which is a specific type of barcode that is widely used today in grocery stores. Each code is designed to include tiny bits of data, so it is absolutely unique, allowing for reliable scanning. Today, there are many different types of barcodes, including a 2D barcode called a QR code. With a mobile device and software that can interpret the code, such as an Android phone, additional information can be included in a QR code, including specific domain names, electronic coupons, and more. The Pet Shop Boys have taken QR codes to their music video integral, embedding QR codes that allow viewers with cell phones and special software to take photos of the codes that lead to extensive web info about civil liberties. And if you think it's tough to make a QR code, think again. This generator will do the trick. Webnation watcher Erik Goldhar created us a branded QR code, which can be read with a mobile code reader. Back to barcodes of the future, the possibilities are truly amazing, potentially turning our entire world of scannable things into an interactive experience. And now Erik Goldhar from Create.com shows us the future of barcode technology. Now, in my story, I explained a little bit of the idea of a QR code and what it does, but you're really the expert in this space, so I'd love to get your version of the definition.
Sure. Before we start, Amber, I just want to thank you very much for having us on the program to talk about Create.com, our company, and this very cool and emerging technology for the marketing space.
Well, it worked out well because we met on Twitter.
We did, yes, of course. So QR technology, or QR code, started in 1994 by a company called Wave in Japan, primarily for the car manufacturing industry, to keep track of the warehouse and inventory. Marketers and brands in Japan eventually got their hands on the technology and started to say, hey, there's some huge potential here with what we can do in terms of marketing the brands that we represent. So QR stands for quick response. So the Wave creators had a need to not only include more content within more content than you would find in a traditional barcode, which most of us see on every package that we buy day to day, but also to get it to respond to the scanners in a much quicker fashion. So now we have QR code technology.
And from what I understand with QR code technology, it has been used in Asia, as you mentioned, for a really long time. So you could be walking down the street and you could see a big poster of a pair of shoes, go up with your mobile phone, take a picture, and then get directed to a link where you could buy those shoes on the spot.
Absolutely.
And this is nothing new there, but yet it seems very futuristic in the Western world.
Sure, and adoption of the technology is one of the biggest hurdles people in the industry in North America, like ourselves, are facing. But more and more, the phones and the carriers are including QR code readers in the phones that they sell right out of the box. So you don't have to worry about going to an app store and downloading an app that will read it. The phones that are coming out now have these pre-installed. But yes, you're right, in Japan, you can go into the grocery store and on any vegetable or piece of fruit, there's a code that you can get nutritional information on and so forth. So
now, you're going to do a demo for us, and this is a live demo, yeah. So if it doesn't work, we've apologized in advance.
Right.
But yeah, so show us how it works. You have a QR code on your screen.
Sure, I have a couple of them. So basically what I'm going to do is just first initiate the QR code reader on my iPhone. which is an app that is either free or 99 cents on the iPhone App Store. Okay. And I simply hold it against the code that I'm looking at, and there you go. It's that fast, where immediately it takes you to the code that the designer of the code wants you to go, the URL.
Okay.
So in this case, it's taking you to the Webnation TV Twitter account.
Okay, so this is the QR code that people saw in the story that you created and sent a link to us about it on Twitter. So what happened, as you mentioned, when you take the picture is automatically you get pushed out to Webnation on Twitter.
Correct, and that's because we programmed it there. Now, we can also program the codes to take you, for example, if you're looking at a product in a store, maybe a shirt label, there could be a code on a shirt label that will take you to proper washing instructions or care for that piece of clothing. Or maybe a fashion show of a model walking down a runway wearing that particular piece of clothing. Really, the content and where we drive the people through the code is never ending. Another thing that we're able to do now that you had was the ability to brand the codes that we create. So this is something special to our company, Create.com, that we believe in the high touch meets high tech. So technology, we feel, is out there. That you can go, as you showed in your piece earlier, there are free readers all over the place where you can create your own codes. However, they give you the technology, you build your code, and they say, have fun with it. Whereas our company at Create.com is taking it one step further, really offering a service that marketers will want. And that's the ability for brands to own their code by branding them.
So we don't have much more time, but I just want to say quickly that you are offering our viewers a very cool prize, I might say.
Yes.
So tell them what they have to do.
Okay, so it's very easy. All they have to do is go to our website, create.com, so that's QRE8, the number 8.com, and there's a call out on our homepage that will instruct you what to do, but basically we're giving away to either an individual or to a business one of 3 branded QR codes that they can use anywhere on any print application or that they may have in market. And it's fully trackable, so you'll be able to see how many people are using your scan, what parts of the city they may be using your scan. So,
or they could also put it on a t-shirt, which is kind of fun.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much, Erik. It's time for our final break. When we come back, the ultimate resume building site that won't cost you a cent but might land you a job. And we'll tackle some of your tech questions. So call, email, or tweet us now.